Serving notice of adoption sometimes is appropriate and sometimes is not appropriate. The question is, when should you serve or when shouldn't you serve biological parents or DCS with notices of adoption? Now, technically speaking, if you allege in your petition for adoption that somebody's consent who's required by law, that their consent to the adoption is not required, then you have to serve notice of adoption to that person indicating why their consent to the adoption is not required, so that they then have an opportunity to defend their position. There's nothing in the statute that says when you have to serve that notice. So you could allege in your petition for adoption that biological father's consent is not required because he's unfit to be a parent, but there's nothing that says that you have to serve that notice within a certain period of time. If DCS is pursuing an involuntary termination of either parent, then maybe you don't need to serve notice because DCS is going to bear the burden of involuntarily terminating parental rights. Now, if you want to take care of parental rights under the adoption, then you would maybe serve notice to the biological parents alleging why their consent is not required. And those reasons for why a consent to adoption would not be required are all found under Indiana Code 3119.9.8. Now, if you're fine with DCS pursuing the termination on their own, then let them do it. Don't worry about serving the notices of adoption. Serving notices of adoption in a DCS adoption could increase the cost of your adoption significantly. The reason why it could increase the cost of the adoption significantly is that if anyone responds, that it would then trigger a contested adoption. And all of the litigation that was going to take place in the termination is now going to take place in the adoption. So you really have to think long and hard and talk to your attorney to figure out if you should serve notices of adoption and potentially trigger a contested adoption, or you should allow DCS to do their job by involuntarily or maybe voluntarily having the parental rights terminated. I hope you found this information helpful. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe and the bell notification button down below so you can get notifications of future videos. Have a great day. We'll see you.